Happy Monday. This is Nani from Booties and Bonnets. I just felt like coming on today. It's been a few days or at least a week, and as I previously had said, we were getting our roof done, so we're finally done with that. They just have to do a few more touch-ups on the roof, and it sure is nice to have it nice and quiet. All the pounding and all that was a little aggravating, but thank goodness we only have to do this every 20 years or so. But I've got my little babies here. I was going to go grocery shopping, and then it looked kind of stormy outside. I don't know about you all, how you feel about thunderstorms, but I get kind of scared with storms, and I just would rather just stay put if I can. But I just felt in the mood for coming on and showing my babies again. And I've got little Elizabeth in this nice little cradle that I bought. I don't think you had seen my cradle. I bought it at a used thrift store, like at a thrift store here. And it's very small, but it's perfect for my reborns. It's kind of a little crib. I don't have room for big cradles or big cribs, so it works out really perfect. I want to make sure we're on the camera. Yep. So little Elizabeth is enjoying laying down in her little bed here. For those of you who are new to my channel, I named her Elizabeth because she reminds me of my daughter, Elizabeth, and she's wearing a beautiful teal romper with little white flowers with yellow centers. So I just love that little teal outfit on her. And she's the Savannah Sculpt from Bountiful Baby. I think she's really sweet. And she's got kind of reddish hair, kind of more of a reddish brown hair. And I love her little face. She has very baby blue eyes. And she just reminded me of my daughter, because when my daughter was little, I mean, now my daughter's 29, but when she was little, she was always very observant of things, and you could have her sit on the floor on a infant seat, and she would just be happy as could be. She was just always a very content baby. And those are, of course, the best kind of babies to have, are the content babies. Even my mom said one time that my daughter started crying, and my mom said, well, she's okay, all babies cry. And I said, well, my daughter, or Elizabeth, never cries. Well, she happened to have an ear infection at the time, and it just wasn't her. You know, it wasn't like my daughter Elizabeth. And I remember her crying, and I was really worried about her. And sure enough, I took her in, and she had an ear infection. So, but anyway, so here's little Elizabeth, and she's got a little lamb. She's holding on to a little lamb that has like green and white checkered little body. And I think I got that at Easter one time, this little lamb. I think she's really cute. So little Elizabeth decided to join us. And I'm thinking with this cradle, I might put like crochet something and put it on, like along the border, or else buy some lace and put some pretty lace around here. I do not have a sewing machine, so I have to come up with something that I could do by hand. But I fell in love with this little cradle. I think it is really cute, like a wicker. It's kind of a wicker cradle type. And I love the white, and it's just perfect. So I think I only paid like $3 for it. So anyway, I love bargains. And then I've got little Gabriel again. I haven't had a chance to change him. But he's wearing his froggy outfit. He's a paisley sculpt. And he's got a very sweet little face. He was maybe my the fourth baby I had in my collection. Actually, he might have been my third. I bought him from an artist. And so before I got into my painting hobby, I adopted a couple of my reborns. And he's one of the ones I adopted. And he's a chunky little guy, but I love his little face. When I first bought him, I thought he looked so newborn-like, like he'd be maybe a month old. And I just think he's just precious. And the artist painted his hair. It's kind of more of a... I didn't pay a lot of money for this reborn, but she did a beautiful job. I mean, I think his hair looks very realistic. It looks like for a newborn baby. And so anyway, this is little Gabriel. And he's been a good little guy, good little baby, haven't you, Gabriel? Yes, he's always such a good baby. And I bought this Fisher-Price toy. My daughter used to have one of these when she was little, but a bigger one, and she loved it, where she had to stack the baby rings. So anyway, so I thought I'd put that out. And then I've got my little Ireland sculpt little guy here. His name is William Thomas, and I created 2 of these, and one of them went to a dear friend in the community in the Sparrow's Nest, Melanie, and I am so glad that I was able to adopt the other baby out, because I didn't really need 2 babies like this. But I've always loved the Ireland sculpt. I like dolls with different expressions, and I thought he was very cute. So he's one of my babies that I painted, and he's got painted hair, as you can see. I'm not by any means an expert at painting hair, but I like to try different techniques, and I love the way his hair turned out. So here's little I can't think of his name, William Thomas. Now I know how some of you are thinking what your baby's names are, especially when you have a number of them. You kind of forget what their names are sometimes. But so he's wearing a very cute little checkered romper with light blue and white, and I love the way the green, kind of a froggy green, ties in with his outfit. So he's just cute as can be. But I thought today, maybe I'll make it a shorter video. I know I usually make them kind of long, but I was going to show you a couple photos that I got at an antique mall, baby photos. I've always loved photographs of babies, and so I wanted to show you this. Oops, I've got a few photos. Some of these I had a while back, but I love these black and white photographs. There's a little baby in a buggy, and that's a real baby, probably during the Depression. It's hard to say when. It would have been from early 1900s. So anyway, I just love that with the little baby, and he's wearing like he's smiling, or she is. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl. And he's got a little cap and a little sweater, and I love the buggy. But that was one of the photos I got at an antique shop. And then I've got this little one. I love this little one. It's a little girl wearing a dress, sweet little dress, and she's got a little bonnet, like a little bonnet. And I love her little face. I think she looks so cute. She kind of reminds me of, if you've watched Suzanne Bunting Babes, or Suzanne Bunting Baby Reborn YouTube. I think, I apologize, Suzanne, I'm trying to think of what your channel is, but her little Lottie looks just like this little baby. I think she looks a lot like her. But so this must have been taken when it was cold outside. She's all kind of bundled up, really sweet. And then I found this one, I thought that was really cute. And what I loved about this one, I think it's probably a little boy, I'm not sure, or it could be a little girl, and she's wearing, or he's wearing a little white gown. I don't know, it might have been his baptism day, or her baptism day, and I love the way they had him sit on a chair with a blanket, and he was kind of smiling there. They really tried to get him to smile. And you know, with babies, sometimes it's hard to get them to smile at the right time. But I thought that was really cute, of that really cute photo. So, and I'm sure back then these photographs were worth a lot of money. I bet it wasn't cheap taking a baby to get their photograph taken. So they put a lot of effort into doing everything just right. Nowadays we have digital cameras that you can take thousands of photographs, but back then you only had a couple chances and that was it. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that one. And then I've got this little one, and it's got a little girl next to a buggy. I'm not sure, that might be a dolly in there, but the little girl is wearing a winter coat and a little cap, and she's just happy as can be, and she's got a little buggy next to her. I just love that too. So whenever I go to antique stores, shops, I love looking at baby photographs, and I kind of think to myself, I wonder where these babies are now. Maybe they're still around, or you know, whatever, but it's kind of neat just to imagine what life was like back then. So I wanted to show you that. And then I've been scrapbooking a little bit, and I just want to make sure we're still filming. Oh yes, we're still filming, okay. And the babies are being good over here. So I want to make sure I'm showing my scrapbook pictures. Of course, I'm covering my babies, but so I've been scrapbooking for about 5 years or something like that. When my kids graduated from high school and when they were little, I loved to do photographs, scrapbooks of them, and put different photos in my scrapbook. But then these are some of my reborn photographs, and I've got a picture of little Isabel here sleeping in the bassinet. She's one of my reborns. I did kind of redo her a little bit because I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that she just wasn't quite, she was very, very pale, and I don't think her artist did the best job, which I shouldn't say anything, but that's kind of how I felt. So I kind of redid her, but I love the way she's sleeping in the bassinet. So, and here's little Violet with a little pacifier, and so she was my first reborn that I painted, and she turned out a little pinker than I thought, than I would have wanted to, but I still love her just the same. I remind myself this is a journey, and so I'm learning new techniques. And here's little Noah with his little suspenders, his little overalls, with little Elmo, baby Elmo, and he's holding a little monkey, and he's got a pacifier in his mouth. And he was another baby I adopted from a reborn artist, and he's the Grant sculpt. And then here's little Gabriel, and he's a Paisley sculpt. I love the way he looks. He's wearing a little blue bib, and he was all cozy. I must have taken that photograph in the winter time, because he looks pretty cozy there. But as you can see, I love putting stickers around, like there's a little duck and an elephant, and it says baby love with a little lion, and here it says bouncing baby boy. So I really enjoy scrapbooking. It's one of my favorite things to do. And here, I'll show you a couple more. Here's here's my Leah sculpt, which that I decided to keep actually. She was for sale for a while there, and then I decided to put hair on her, and she turned out really cute. And so there's a photograph of little Leah with, actually I named her Emma Lee. So she was born March 21st, 2018, and I love figuring out what kind of paper to use and borders, and that's always fun to do that. And here's my little rose. Currently I've got her for sale on a different website, but and she hasn't sold, so I may end up keeping her too, but that's okay. I don't know, I love the way all my babies turned out. Maybe I'm a little impartial about it, but I love the way they came out. And here we have 3 of my other babies, Charlotte, Isabel, and Violet, and they're all enjoying each other's company. And here we have little Violet, and then Violet, I did put hair on her, so that was when she had painted hair, but I decided to put hair on her. And here she is with little Charlotte, I think. Now I got them confused, but anyway, there they are. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all the baby names, and I did put anyway. It's kind of neat. I love scrapbooking. Let's see, what else did we find here? I just took these out of my scrapbook and here's little Violet Rose is her name, and she's wearing her little yellow pajamas with 3 little ducks, and she has a fluffy little duck next to her. And I've got, here I've got Charlotte again. I did redo her a little bit, but I'm glad I did. It's kind of like, it is what it is. I love her little outfit, her little summery outfit she's wearing. And here are 2 little babies inside the bassinet, sleeping away. Little Gabriel is awake. And here we have Noah and Gabriel and and Isabel. There's little Isabel. So, and it says sent from heaven. And I've got a little rattle and a bottle, and I just love to figure out what kind of paper to put in or what combinations go well. So let's see, and then we've got, and here we got little Violet again, wearing a beautiful crocheted sweater. And here I've got little Noah and little Isabel, and he's got his little pacifier here. When I first started reborning, I modified a lot of pacifiers, and that was kind of a challenge at first, trying to figure out how to do that, but I figured it out. You just, you learn as you go. And here we got little Gabriel sleeping away in his little cradle. I actually got this for free on the curbside by my house, and it was out for the garbage, and I washed it up. So this little bed I got for him, or for my babies. And then I've got little Violet again here. Oh, she's wearing a little butterfly top. So she's just a little sweetheart. And oh, I don't know if you noticed a pretty horse, the little rocking horse, and it says cutie, and it says baby, and I put little flowers. And so let's see, what else do we have to show you? And here we have Logan. Oh, one more. I'll show you one more page. Here's Logan asleep. His name used to be Nicholas, and I turned him into a girl because I did root his hair, and after I was finished with him, he looked more like a girl. So I ended up making him into a little girl. But I did paint him. I created him. And here is little the Lane sculpt and Charlie. I have Andrew here, but I decided to name him Charlie. And he's got, of course, the camera makes it look like his cheeks are really blushy, but they're really not that blushy. But And here we've got little Noah all dressed up with his blue sweater and his little monkey. And I bought this little dog headrest. It's like a neck rest thing for babies, and I bought that on clearance somewhere. And here's little, this used to be William, actually, William Thomas, and he went to Melanie in the Sparrow's Nest, and I'm really happy she adopted him, and so we each have one. I have a special baby that looks of the same sculpt, which is really nice. And there's like Winnie the Pooh, and I decided to put Winnie the Pooh paper, and yeah, so I sure have fun doing this. And let's see, anything else I need to show you? Oh, I guess that's it for part of my scrapbook. And I still want to do some more. I've got a lot of photographs that I want to develop and put in my scrapbook, but I wanted to show you, just come on and just share some of my things. And I want to send my condolences to Nana and Papa, and for Papa's passing. I know we're all community here and we're all a family, and so I'm praying for Nana and her family. And yeah, it's really sad when we lose somebody special in our community. But so my prayers go you know, are with the family and with Nana. And so, well, I want to thank you all for joining me, and I hope you're all doing well and staying happy and enjoying your reborns, and make every day count and make every day special, no matter what you're doing. And I send you many blessings. So thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.